Hey, everybody, and welcome to the America Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat. You can ask whatever question you want to ask, suggest whatever topic you want to suggest. I'm not good at answering emails or comments and that kind of stuff. That's why I'm here every day, so you can come ask me something in person if there's something you need to know. So go ahead and ask. Doesn't have to be gun related at all. And keep in mind, if you ask a very specific question and I don't know the answer, somebody in the chat might. So pay attention to the live chat, participate in the live chat, make some friends, build some community. Feel free. I like to start the chats, as always, by reading anyone who purchased merchandise. And we did get one sale today. That's better than none. And we got Peter Rhodes, who he got the Cosmic Octopus coffee cup. So he needs to be put on the Church of Phil list. There he is, Peter Rhodes. All right. So we got that taken care of. But thanks to Peter Rhodes for chiming in there and buying some merchandise and helping support TYMP. If you want to support TYMP, go buy some merchandise. You can go over to... I don't know why I've still got this up. Hold on, let me close that. You can go over to TYMPpistolproject.com. TYMPpistolproject.com. On that page, there's a link to go buy merchandise like Mess with the Bow Wow, Get the Pow Pow, or the I Love Guns and Animals, People Piss Me Off, and all kinds of other things over there that aren't kitty and puppy related. They're mostly gun related, not all of it, but some of it. There's a Godzilla one, political reform. There's Bigfoot ones. But go on over, pick something out for yourself and help support the TYMPP program. You can do that from TYMPpistolproject.com. You can also become a patron from patreon.com. There's a link over there, and you can support the Pets and Vets program, or you can join Subscribestar and support Pets and Vets or TYMPP, whichever one you can choose. Or like I said, you can buy merch and support TYMPP. So going over that website, you can do everything from there, including become a channel member, etc. And also, you can sign up to be a beneficiary of TYMPP if you think you're someone who could benefit from the program. So go on over there, check it out. With that being said, let's get to the questions. I got some questions coming in here. Today's the 25th. Why is that not loading? There we go. It's loading now. We're cooking with gas now, as my grandmother used to say. Cooking with gas. Oh, and by the way, if you are someone watching this video, we do have the second rifle just about completed for the giveaway. This is the next one. This is the one we're giving away this month. This one is the Where's the Kaboom? And this is my 2025 edition of my custom rifle for my channel. It's a little Marvin there. I just got to seal it and put it on the gun, and it's ready to go. That one will be awarded next month, because this is the one we're given entries on right now. If you want an entry on it, you just have to donate $10 to the Pets and Vets program to help pets in need. I know we can't help all of them, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. So please go over and help out Pets and Vets. That being said, let's get to the questions. First one is from Salvatore Verga, who just donated to the Pets and Vets Fund. He got 3 entries into the stock drawing, because if you donate 20, you get 3 entries. That was a monthly donation that he does every month. But still, since it comes through PayPal, it counts, because I'm not separating them out, because I'm just lazy. John Heasley chimed in. If you don't send the knives yet, will you please send me the patch with them, please? I'm going to win the Marvin stock. Yeah, I can send your patch in. Well, I don't know if I can put them in the same envelope, but I'll try. We'll see. Yours is kind of a long knife, so I think you won the spike, didn't you? I think this one's yours, sitting right here. What did he say? Oh, and I'm going to win the Marvin stock. You said that about the Mickey Mouse stock, too. You didn't win it. Don't say who won it. If they didn't pay attention, that's on them. Nobody squeal. Bunch of squealers. I swear to God, y'all drop a dime so fast. Y'all would not make it in the mafia. You'd be dead in a week. Punva said 546 by 39. In this case, it stands for not pets and vets, but one pterosaur, one velociraptor that we adopted, and he's paying his child support on. They never sees the kids ever. Bitey and Bitey Jr., the boy and the girl, never sees them. Chrissy Jones said, "Hail Phil, since you know lawyers, if I suspect I have an intruder in my home and I take a second to put on my ear protection, would a prosecutor put me through the ringer for that?" It could be an issue, but here's the thing. If someone's actually entered your home, the only time that would become a real issue is if you lived in a state that had a duty to retreat, if you could, because it'd be hard to say, I didn't have time to retreat, but I had time to put on my earmuffs. But otherwise, no, if it's a good shoot, it's a good shoot. You want to protect your hearing is not going to be a major factor. And in most states, you do not have a duty to retreat. You have every right to investigate. And that can be part of investigating. Kevin Payton said, "We need to take donation for Dale's funeral." I don't think he's dead. He left me a message today saying that I was a jerk. So, you take a moment to honor someone, even do a moment of silence for him, 10 seconds of silence. And what do you get? You get called a jerk. He also said he loves Marvin. So maybe if he lives another 3 years, makes it to 110, I'll do him something special. I'll do him a Marvin gun. Let's see here. So I think he'd be 110 in 3 years. Where was I? I've forgotten what we're talking about. We can take his ashes, put them in a pudding cup, set it afire, and push him out on a lake. Well, we got the ocean right here. I'm in Washington. The ocean's like an hour away. We could push him out into the ocean. But I don't want to put him in his ashes in a pudding cup. I want to do like a Viking funeral. I want to put him on a raft, and then we'll douse him with kerosene or something, or wrap him in children's flammable pajamas, and then we'll push that out into the sea. And then one of us gets a flaming arrow and whoop, and then poof, he goes up with style. I think that's what we should do. We should go get him and do that. He might object if he's not dead yet, but it seems like it'd be a lot of fun. Who's good with a bow? I used to be pretty good with a bow. If I had a few practice shots to set the range, I could get him. You just going to have to figure out the art, So, or I could just see where it naturally goes from where I shoot, and like say, put it right there, put the raft right there. And Dale could paddle it to where he needs to be if he's still alive. So we'd have some help. Let's see here. That was Kevin Payton, by the way. And then we got Johnny Mandrick chiming in. Johnny Mandrick, he said, "How are the watermelons so far this year? What's your preferred way to eat them?" So far this year, they're decent. I'm not going to say they're great yet, but we ain't had a lot of warm weather, so we haven't gotten any Oregon watermelons yet. They're a little behind this year. Our growing season is a little short and a little late. So all of them have been coming from Arizona and California, and some of them from Mexico. The ones from Mexico are usually picked too early, but the Arizona ones are okay, and the California ones have been good. So far I'm happier this year. And the way I eat them is I take a full size watermelon, and I get the biggest one I can get for the money because they're all the same price at Costco. So you get the biggest one you can get that's right. I get it. I cut it into quarters, and then I cut those quarters into eighths, and then I dice them so that I have like little eighth triangles, and I just eat the triangles with a fork because I'm lazy. Well, I actually go to a lot extra prep to do that, but you get more of the watermelon eaten that way and everything. It's just easier. So it's the best way to eat it. I'm that way because my mom, I started doing that again recently because my mom came up, and when she was here, she would cut my watermelons up for me. So I started doing it, and I've had the conversation at home. It's like, my mother cuts my watermelons up for me. And then I get told, well, then take your damn watermelons to your mother. I'm like, well, that's not a nice thing to say. All right. That was John and Mandrick. Then we got Peter DeBoner. Paid his tithe to Phil. Said, for some reason, I value your opinion, and you've got more lived experience. I think he means life experience. So please, can you explain to me what dirt Israel has over the U.S.? Dirty photos, texts. I love Jews, but what do we owe them? It's big business connections, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is some form of blackmail in there too. And also it's the religious contingency, the whole, you got to stand with Israel, it's in the Bible, that kind of thing. So they're afraid they'll piss off the evangelicals if they don't stand with Israel. But yeah, Israel had, at some times you could be like, well, maybe they're the good guy, but they haven't been the good guy in their own story for a very long time. There has been no good guys in a lot of their story. That was Peter DeBoner. Now we got Sean Bain chiming in. Sean Bain. Sorry about your eye, Yankee. Hope it gets better. The Beatus got my right eye. I can only see part of the G top two corners in it. Why I messed up typing a lot. Don't close it. Yeah, it keeps wanting to close, but I'm keeping them. It's coming back. The vision is coming back. So that's good. But like I said, because of my diabetes and everything else, I got to have other tests done. That was Sean Bain. Was that Sean Bain? Who was it? I think that was Sean Bain. Yeah, that was Sean Bain. And then he was paying his tithe to Phil. So is Jason Thompson paying his tithe to Phil, as Officer Tater Hater. Did you get my email of the pics I sent you when I went to Comic-Con? Also, have one of your sons read my emails to you. Make sure I'm not having my sons read that filth you send. Filth. And I swear to God, it's filth. I thought I tagged the one you sent about Comic-Con, but I'm not seeing it. Where did I tag it? I want to resend it. Where am I? That was Officer Tater Hater. Then we got Paul Bidenbach. He got multiple entries into the, I got to add them up. Making me do math. Hail Phil, craving me a new stock. How many rounds do you keep in your lesser used gun? Example, 357 SIG. Yeah, I probably have 500 rounds of 357 SIG. I don't keep a lot of it around. I mean, some people might consider 500 rounds a lot, but I don't think that's a lot. But I don't keep every round. I mean, I have a few guns I don't have any ammunition for. Like my John Wayne lever gun that's over my TV as a decoration. I don't even have any ammo for it. So I don't have a ton of ammo for every gun. I just try to have guns in every caliber. But does that make any sense? Did anybody follow what I just said? Then we got Johnny Mandrick again paying his tithe to Phil here. And he said, and I know who won the not a gun stock. You don't know. You think you know. Who's squealing? I swear to God, you squealing bitches. I won 2 knives. And I want the Marvin stock worse, so I let someone else win. Oh, okay. I think it's the other way. I like the Mickey one. I just love that antique look I gave it. Antique. I don't think that's a word, but it should be. Yeah, that's right. You also got one of the Tufts because we won 2. Pissed me off. I've got the list over here. I've got the list of everybody who won a knife. I don't think they've all sent me their addresses yet. If you haven't sent me your address, send me your address with, in the subject line, put knife winner, because I'm packing those all up this weekend and getting everything ready to go. So I'll read the names of people who have won a knife. Chrissy Jones, Christian Carlson, John Heasley, Sean Bain, Edward Howerton, Micah D, Charles Shanice, John Mandrick, Clinton Barella, Ryan McFarland, John Heasley again, Colin Hepburn, Sean Bain again, Michael, does that say Roging? It says Michael Rogging. I don't know if I wrote that down right. And Bradley Franklin. Those are the people that have won knives. That might have been Rogina. That's Rogina. That's what that is. I think I spell check fixed it to something, but I think that's Michael Rogina. But so if you're one of those people, send me an email that says knife winner. And Sean Bain, since you won two, I will substitute. Well, unless you want two of the Tufts, I'll substitute like a stiletto or something, or one of these for the second one. But yeah, that's got us there. All right, where was I at? Well, that was it. That was John Heasley was my last super chat. Now let me get over to the regular chat. See if there's anything coming in over here. Let's see, super chat wise, nothing. Do I have any emails? Let me do the emails first. And then we should still have time to do some chatting from the live chat. This one I think was from yesterday, but my new gun, my first SIG, said Clinton Barella, a 226 Elite optic ready. See, none of my SIGs are optic ready because I've had them for a very long time, but very cool. He is a cunt, though, for getting a new gun when I didn't get a new gun, because that's not fair. It's not fair, and not fair, not fair. And then we got John Heasley. He got him a new Pig 320 in the desert tan, or whatever color they call that. You know, I had one like that. The finish rubbed off the slide in like 15 minutes, I think. I hope they're doing their finishes better. If not, you can always refinish it. Let's see here. Share screen, Winder, boom, boom. What is this? X Adam 1 said thoughts. Well, I think that's beautiful. It just keeps getting better. Well, this one's not better because it doesn't have the nice wood grips the other one had. I like that one's my favorite one. Yeah, this what my thoughts. You can't hardly beat that. That's awesome sauce. That's my thoughts. I don't have them, so that's a bad thing. Someone's got a Genesis. That's a Genesis. The car they're sitting in, that's a Genesis. In that first one. See, you tell that distinctive dashboard. What was I getting ready to say? All right. I think there's another email here. Hold on. Share screen. Winder. Where'd it go? There it is. Share. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Jacoby Crow says that the temptation was. What the fuck is this doing? Why is it keeping the picture all highlighty and weird? Stop doing that. There we go. The temptation was too high. I bought my first H&K. Well, the temptation doesn't have to be too high. That's the P30SK. That's an awesome gun. No manual safety, double action, single action decocker. It's 9mm. That's the only bad thing is that it's 9mm, but still a pretty awesome gun. And you're a cunt. All these cunts in here today. I swear to God. They're all getting on my nerves. That I had open from the other day. That's something different. Okay, here's the last email. It's from Edgar Cortez, and he just asked, I am curious to know the following for tonight's Merca chat. Which 10 millimeter handgun would you buy if money was not a concern? Ooh, if money wasn't a concern, well, I probably wouldn't have much effect on what I got, because I would probably go out, if I didn't have any 10 millimeters and I was buying my first one, I'd probably go out and get the Dan Wesson Bruin 10 millimeter. I like that 10 millimeter a lot. Same question, but 357 caliber. You mean Magnum or? I heard you say the Smith & Wesson 686 was the best value. My question, though, is which 357 would you buy if money was not an issue? Well, it depends on what it's for. If I wanted the best gun, then I'm probably going to get like a Court or a Manhurin, or maybe one of those new ones that if money's not an option, not an issue. But if I wanted like the best overall gun, 686 plus or 586 plus would be, since get the nicer looking one. Or if I want like the best carry gun for me, well, it'd be a Colt Python, because I like the trigger and everything else about it. So it would depend. That's situational. Lastly, is a 10 millimeter handgun practical for EDC? Well, yes, it's 100% practical. I mean, it's a really nice round. It's no more powerful than a 357 Magnum. It's less powerful. The only thing that would be considered impractical about it, if I had to sit and think about it, would be cost of practicing with it, because there's not a lot of cheap 10 millimeter, not a lot of 10 millimeter range ammo available, period. So, I had to get something like Minuteman, would be my best option, which is what I'd buy anyway. So it would limit your practice time. So, I mean, I guess you could overcome that by, if you went and bought the 10 millimeter M&P and you're going to carry it, or maybe also own the 9 millimeter M&P, practice with that one. It's going to be the same manual arms. The only thing it's going to point the same, handle the same, etc. It's going to have a little more recoil, but if you're under duress, you're not going to notice that. So I say, yeah, very practical. Like I said, with a limitation or two. All right, now that we're through the emails, let's get over here. See how far up I can go. Where are we at? Okay, here's as far as I can go. Richard Carlson, can I actually see him? If you had to pick one rifle and caliber to have for hunting as many different game and pass the rifle down to your son, what would you pick? Probably 30-06. A good bolt action 30-06. I don't know which one. If it's for hunting, bolt action is going to be the best action, and 30-06 is a very competent round, so it'd probably be that. All wrong. You load the ash. You load the ashes into a blunderbuss and fire them over a cliff towards the ocean. I don't want to do ashes, because if he's not dead yet, how do we have ashes? And he's not going to want to get in a cannon or anything like that. I just know he's not going to want it. He's difficult. So it's not going to happen. Duty to retreat does not apply in your own home. Castle doctrine. Duty to retreat does apply in some homes, in some places. At least it used to. I don't know about nowadays, but Oregon used to have a duty to retreat even in your home. I think it was short-lived, but it was there. But there are some states that have a duty to retreat, even if you're in your own home. You have to retreat. Not everyone has the Castle doctrine. At least they didn't used to. Might nowadays. I don't know. I would hope everyone did, but there's a viral video of a man who tried to smoke out raccoons from his abandoned tree house. He ended up burning it down, and no raccoons were found. Sounds like he's an idiot. Sounds like stupid man tried to smoke out some raccoons. Was there ever really any confirmed raccoons? I think that raccoons should be able to acquire the ownership of an abandoned treehouse via adverse possession laws. I think if you leave it long enough for raccoons to take it, it should be theirs. They were here first, not us. They're reclaiming their land. That's not a redistribution. That's giving it back to who it belonged to originally. So I say give it back. That's why I don't chase any animals out of my yard or take away into their territory. I leave the grass in most places for the snakes and stuff. Oh, we had a big old snake out back last night or yesterday when I went down to get my saw. Really big snake. But yeah, I'm like, that's just going back to the people who owned it before. Why do you think about Maryland's legislatures planning to pay their black residents reparations for slavery? It's not going to happen. Just like every place that tries it is not going. It doesn't. Never happens because there's way too many legal issues that come along with it. But plus, those politicians would probably never get reelected again unless they lived in an all-black district. But yeah. What about reparations for people who had their livelihoods, their families, their possessions, everything taken by the government? What about coal miners who, when they decided to fight for the things they had, they went in and shot them, killed family members, took their homes, took everything from them, including their life? What about those people? Do they get reparations? I'm all for like saying, hey, this land used to belong to this person, but in 1952, this family took it from them illegally because they had money and power. I'm fine with that going back to their next of kin, like what they're doing, sort of what they're doing in South Africa, where a lot of the people, businesses and wealthy people that stole property under apartheid, that property is going back to the people who originally owned it. And I agree with that 100%. But asking people who moved to South Africa last year to pay reparations, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, it ain't going to happen. Was my name not on your knife list? I emailed you a while back on it. Did I not read your name? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I'm missing some days here. I know there was some we didn't do it. Just send me your name and information. It's probably you probably went on the 16th because I don't have it written down. Did you get my parrot tree email? I don't think so. Hold on, let me go look. I saw a couple of videos of the 365 not being drop safe. It is. It's drop safe. Where was, I thought I saw some emails come in. Is there one that says parrot? Aha, there it is. Frank Rodriguez. Can I play it? Whoops, hold on. Can I show it? Let me see if I can present this. I don't know. People won't be able to hear it, but hopefully people can see it. Oh, he's got a bunch of parrots in his tree. Oh, I keep getting bombarded at home. I want a parrot. I'm like, we're not getting a parrot. For one, it would outlive us. We'd have to make sure someone was going to take care of it. I don't want that happening. And two, they shit all over the place. I don't want an animal that just shits wherever it's standing. Yeah, they're cute, but they just shit anywhere they're standing. It's like having a baby goat in the house. I get shit about that sometimes too. I want a baby goat. No, because you can't house train them. They're one of those animals that don't even think when they're shitting. They just shit. A pig you can house train. You can house train a pig. You can house train a dog. Litter back train a cat. You can litter box train a pig. But goats, you're not house training them. Just give it up. So I don't like it. But I guess that was the parrots in his yard. All right. I think that might have caught us all up. We might be done. Let me see. Let me make sure we're all caught up on the super chats. Oops, I got logged out. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. All transactions. Yes, I got all the super chats, got all the chats over here. I've answered all the questions that came in. I thought that Dale Rickety's pacemaker and ventilator had kicked off for the very last time. I don't think he's dead. I think he's not here again today, though. So that makes me wonder, is that just someone fucking with me that has access to his accounts? I still think, though, we should go get him and put him on a raft and float him out into the ocean and set it afire. Viking funeral. And like I say, it'll be easier if he's already dead, but I think we can still do it if there's enough of us. The whole blunderbuss thing, we'd have to use a cannon if he's not dead yet, and I don't think he'll get in it. So that's not practical. But thanks, everybody, for coming today. I appreciate it. Remember, one last time, we are this month giving away this. I gave up my vision to get this painted last night, so I hope everybody appreciates it. But I'll have it sealed up on the guns, have some pictures tomorrow. I should be able to make it to the gun shop. I just need your address, your name, your phone number, and your FFL info, John Mandrick. I don't know who told him he won, but someone's a jerk. Practical Bacon chimed in at the last minute, said, I got nothing. He's doing that in honor of Dale Rickety. Although, like I said, I don't know if he's dead yet or not. We were going to have to let the verdict, the verdict is still out on whether Dale Rickety is still with us or not. But hopefully we'll know within the next day or so if he actually shows up for a chat. But thanks, everybody, for coming. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody who participated. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. Hey, everybody. Yankee here. Before we go, I just want to take a second to remind everyone that this channel is 100% viewer funded. We don't take a penny from advertisers, retailers. We don't take money from political organizations. There's no one telling me what I need to tell you. Everything that we do is done through the generosity of our viewers, either buying merchandise or becoming a patron or a Subscribe Star member. You're all the ones that support Pets and Vets and TYMP. And that's the reason I can stay true to myself and loyal only to the people who watch my channel. And I can spend my time talking about what I want to talk about, telling what I think needs to be said, and giving you my uncensored take on things I think you need to hear. So if you'd like to help keep things that way, please support the channel by becoming a patron, a Subscribe Star supporter, or just going over to my web store and buying some merch. The links are all in the upper corner of this video.